Well, hello, Lake Avenue Church. I hope you are doing well on this Friday. I've got a fairly robust update for you, but I want to begin by just sharing with you some words that Levi Heidelberg, our Director of Campus Operations, said in an email to our COVID response team this week, and I think they're just so true, where he said how resilient our congregation has been, and how corporately and collectively we, as the body of Christ at Lake Avenue, have galvanized ourselves thoughtfully and energetically to not be overwhelmed by this crisis, by this pandemic. And I couldn't agree more. So I want to thank you. Before I bring you updates, I just want to thank you for the journey that we have been on together. And amidst so much information, so much even differing opinion within this church family, you've trusted, you've walked faithfully. And I got to tell you, we're very optimistic for what is coming ahead. We're very excited about what's coming ahead. We, as well as you, obviously have been following all of the CDC updates, as well as California's plans for the statewide reopening on June 15th. And we need to let you know, first and foremost, we anticipate lifting most, if not all, of our COVID policies by June 15th. Now, in the meantime, we're going to make some immediate changes that begin this particular weekend on the 23rd. So we've got this kind of few-week period in between where we'll probably lift everything on June 15th. But let me tell you what starts immediately. No more registration for when you come on campus. No more registration needed for registering to come to worship service on Sunday morning. You do not any longer need to submit a COVID symptom survey when you come on campus. We are pulling the strict numbers limit off the capacity for our worship services. Now, we are still in this meantime going to socially distance seat, and we are also trying to dedicate the balcony for those in our church family who really want to social distance, who feel a little bit more led to spread out more. That's some of the feedback we've gotten. Obviously, some of you are really enjoying sitting closer together. Some of you aren't quite ready for that. And so the balcony we're going to dedicate for those who would like a little bit more space. So if we can respect. And then here's where we're landing. Out of love and respect for each other, out of love and respect and submission to one another, we're asking that everyone continue to bring a mask when you're on campus. And you would wear that mask when you're unable to social distance and or when you're interacting with somebody who has a mask on for whatever reason. And if somebody's got a mask on, we're going to respond with that kind of respect and put a mask on as we interact with them. So out of love and respect for each other, we're going to ask you to keep bringing your mask to campus and wear it when you're in close proximity to others, even if you're vaccinated, and especially when you're in conversation with someone who has a mask on, if you could respect that. Now, you should be prepared because of our staff interacts with all kinds of people, vaccinated, not vaccinated. You should be prepared that while we're interacting with one another, our staff will most likely be wearing masks out of respect and safety for the whole. So those are immediate changes. We're very excited. We think everything's going to be lifted by June 15th. In the meantime, no more signing up, no more COVID survey. Bring a mask and wear it when you're unable to social distance. The balcony dedicated for folks who want to spread out a little bit more. But beyond just these changes, I just need you to know there's so many great things happening in the life of our church family. I told you in the last couple of weeks, VBS is full, and we're actually, because of some of these changes, able to expand VBS. So we've got a robust waiting list. And our desire is to really open up more spaces, which we're very excited about. Sunday night, our seniors in high school have their graduation banquet here on campus. It's going to be an incredible evening to honor and celebrate a real special class, if you think about it, church family, who have essentially been home for the last 2 years of high school. And we want to honor them and celebrate them on Sunday night. I'll be so thrilled to be with them on Sunday night. And I really want to keep that July 4th date at the front of your mind. This is what we're calling our homecoming weekend. And obviously we're home, we're doing things, but we just really see this as the beginning of a new season for us at Lake Avenue Church. So July 4th, homecoming weekend, but that's going to extend for the next 8 weeks as we are in a homecoming series and a homecoming vibe as we really jump back into life and ministry in some new ways together. In light of all of these changes, we just want to set an expectation that we are looking at our summer schedule. We're looking specifically at our outdoor service, and we're pretty confident that we'll be bringing that to a conclusion at some point in the nearer future. Some of that is because of the summer heat. Some of that is because as the news of reopening happens, we just feel like it's time to bring that to an end. However, there's something that God's really brought into us. We really like being outside singing together, don't we? So Dwayne and Jeremy, I've asked to look at July and August and to carve out a few nights where we can come back, bring our lawn chairs, be on campus, sing and worship, prayerfully have a baptism service in July or August as well outdoor. And so we're going to continue to do some things outside because, man, we've got a great campus and being outside together is wonderful. So there's just so many great things happening. Stay tuned. Finally, I just want to say thank you, Lake Avenue Church. A couple of weeks ago, I shared with you that my mom has been diagnosed with cancer. And so many of you are praying. So many of you are texting me, calling, coming by our home, dropping off cards and gifts. Some of you have even written my mom directly. I'm just so grateful for the way this church is caring for my family, loving my mom, discipling my mom. We are grateful. The quick update is we were able, by God's grace and through the people of Lake Avenue Church, to get to a really great doctor at USC. And we've got all kinds of decisions to make, but we do believe God's given my mom the best specialist in care we could have ever dreamed for. And we're learning a lot about cancer. We're learning a lot about what lies ahead. But I can tell you with confidence, we have sensed and experienced the answers to your prayers for my mom. So thank you. Lake Avenue Church, as you go about your weekend, love one another the way you're loving my family. Pray for one another the way you're praying for my family. Respect one another as you come back on campus, and those with masks, those without masks. Let's be this really genuine, beautiful family where we respect one another and we pursue Jesus together so that we might bring his name and his gospel into this world more fully than we could without one another. I love you. Looking forward to this weekend. Pastor Chuck will be preaching to wrap up our Philippians series. I'm actually going to be out of town until Sunday afternoon doing a wedding of a former youth group student. So excited to be able to do that. And I look forward to being with you next week in this format. Bye-bye.